Orange, Northwestern, Wake, Durham, and another watch. And another watch. Great. That's not that small though. So I don't think it'll be that bad. But who knows? All right. So with that said, good evening, everyone. I hope you are all having a wonderful Thursday so far. I know my Thursday's actually been really good. But we'll talk a little bit about what made today special or exciting. Actually, let's do that right now. Because this was what I saw on the way here today. Yep. Amtrak's Texas Eagle number 21, I believe that's the number, 21. Coming out of Chicago and then heading south to Dallas, Texas. Running on the Heritage Corridor out of Chicago. And that watch only runs for 4 hours, so I guess not too bad. But anyway, yeah, that was one of the things. We actually took the side roads today because of how backed up the Stevenson was all the way here. So we just took a bunch of local roads, or side roads. I mean, yeah, side roads. Yeah, some side roads of all kinds and things like that. Let me just grab the correct cable here. Or later if the battery ends up going out on this at some point. There we go. But otherwise, let me show you my little setup here. So you can see my 7506 Inspiron. I'm getting ready to play the catch-up game with everything from today. This shouldn't be too bad because I'm doing everything off the weather scan this time. And yep, here's my HP. And since we're going to be here for a few days, we're not going to do a 24/7 info center broadcast. We're only going to reserve those for the longer stays. And, of course, I still have some schoolwork to get done, which is on my planner. But I will take care of that when I get a chance. Oh yeah, and speaking of my planner, it's actually here with me this time. And yes, that red warning light, it received a marine warning today, which I missed because, well, let me tell you the whole story about how today has went so far, leading up to this point, and then I'll talk about this and what changes I had to make. So, first thing, let's see. So yeah, played catch up with the stuff from this morning. There were a few offices that did actually make up their weekly. And if I remember the order it went, who was the, okay, let's see if I can remember the order in which it all played out. The first one was, let's see, Paducah made their test up first, and then came Cleveland, just before the quarter past the hour. Northern Indiana made their test up at the bottom of the hour. However, I had waited about half an hour for Grand Rapids to make their test up. They were supposed to do it at 11:15 Eastern Time, but instead they actually did it at 11:57 a.m. Eastern Time. So I was about closer to the top of the next hour, 11 a.m. When we got to that hour, I saw Quad Cities postponed their test as well, which I was not expecting. I wasn't expecting Quad Cities to delay their test also. So that's what ended up happening. They delayed their test. They made theirs up today, and Chicago made theirs up shortly after, which of course I got live, but I realized I forgot to put my EAR-10 back on display, on the voice, after yesterday's event. So I fixed that while the weekly was going through. Lincoln came next, and then Springfield made their test up at 12 noon. Yeah, 12 noon was when Springfield, Missouri made their test up. So that was all of it. Mount Holly is going to make their test up tomorrow. Of course, because of today's severe weather event, they decided not to make it up today. So they're going to make it up tomorrow alongside all the other offices who have yet to make their tests up. So offices such as, let's see, who's left? The Twin Cities. I obviously can't tell if they've made their test up or not. I think they probably canceled it because of the severe weather. Maybe tomorrow it'll be the same story, but so then I guess Saturday would be the next best day they would do that. There's a few other ones that have yet to make their test up, but we'll get into those at a later point. But yeah, at a later point we'll get to those. Okay, so what's next here? So let's see, that was the severe weather. No, that's next. That was for the weekly makeup. Had lunch. Finished up the lunch meat, the grapes, and those and that giant carton of flavored blasted goldfish that I've had since, I don't know, last week or something, but it could be. But then I told you all about I just showed you a little bit of the local roads. Yeah, 55 was backed up, so we had to, so we detoured to the local roads. And of course, took 135th Street over the bridge. And leading up to that moment, I was actually watching both the Metra and Amtrak trackers, and I saw Amtrak's Texas Eagle left Chicago, and we didn't get stopped by it, but we did get across just in time, because when we approached the refinery, first crossing at the refinery, the Citgo refinery, there it was. So I had my phone out already. I had the phone on the camera app already ready to hit the record button. When I saw the gates down, it was time. So I rolled the window down so I could hear the horn. Yep. For some, the Heritage Corridor does not have any quiet zones, which is a bit unfortunate, but for those who don't like the sound of the horns, but that's the way it is. And a new Canary build. That's lovely. For Windows 11, we're going to talk about that next. So let's see. When we got home, when we got here, I finished setting almost everything up just in time to watch today's episode of Jeopardy. Yep, today's episode of Jeopardy, which, as you all know, I missed it yesterday because of... Oh yeah, it was because of that math word. I am going to take care of it after I finish playing catch up with everything from earlier today. So that's what I'll take care of. And then, soon after Jeopardy finished, I heard my father on the phone talking about ordering pizza. And then I asked him if he was going to leave some for me. And being the crazy father he is, he just left, he took the pizza, and just took it all the way home. An hour, all the way back home, where it was probably cold. What am I going to do with him? So then, me and my Nana were discussing about dinner, and of course, we had, and of course, because my father wouldn't let us, we had to get pizza of our own. So, so we ordered Phil's, and of course, I had a whole bunch of that pizza tonight too. I actually had it while watching the rerun of Beat the Bridge along with the new episode. In fact, I think Beat the Bridge is actually just about done too. If I think correctly, I think there's like one more episode left, and then I think that's it. Bingo Blitz and Tic Tac Dough actually just finished this week. So now Beat the Bridge is going to be finished very soon as well. Yeah, I mean, I actually enjoyed all three of those shows. But yeah, that was the story leading up to now. And that was another part too that you're seeing. The Inspiron laptop running, of course, with Windows 11 Home on hardware that does not meet the requirements for it. And yeah, I thought it'd be cool to make a community post on an HP all-in-one desktop at work yesterday when I was following the enhanced risk. That one was still running Windows 10. In fact, I saw the About page misread it as version 20H2. The actual version was 22H2 according to the security update listing. So, yeah, that was actually kind of odd to see. Now, going back to this computer here, I had some serious problems with getting PLD running on this thing, as it actually kept crashing several times. Now, I actually first tried it with the Ethernet cable, but if you don't see those Rainmeter gadgets, it's not running, because I disabled Rainmeter from running at boot, as I was thinking that was probably one of the many applications that was hogging the memory on this thing. This thing only can go up to 8 gigabytes of RAM, so that could probably be why. And I was thinking too about my other laptop, which also has 12 gigabytes of memory, so it could do more. Now, after I found out about these problems, I was thinking, if Microsoft is soon no longer going to allow Windows 11 on unsupported hardware by any sort of means, and with this thing being, with the Linux subsystem not working correctly, well, not working as properly as originally intended, then I was thinking, why don't we just get rid of this installation of Windows entirely and just put Linux on it? That's actually what I'm going to do. So what I've done to ensure that this thing remains operational is it is connected to the wireless network, and I have turned off the IceCast on it completely. So that's why if you try to go to my link, it's going to say file not found and everything. Now, and I do understand that this may not be, sort of the best option. This isn't, like the best thing in the world, but this is so I could have the station run. This is the best thing. This is the best I can do to ensure the station will run reliably. And this probably will be the case for the next few days, because I will be here for a few days, as opposed to weeks. That's why I don't have too many of these other things with me. Well, some other things I have. The WR300 is with me, and panning over, it's just the HH. The Zone Guard, Lacrosse, and that Kato would be standing right beside it, but as I said, just a few days. So those three are actually still at home in their original spots. And I do have the 996 with me as well. That's in the living room. And that's of course the radio I use when I'm here, so I can do the county request episode when I do it on Saturday. So the plan for tonight is I'm going to play catch up with the products, and I'm going to take care of another piece of the new math material, get some of that done, because I want to stay caught up with the class as much as possible, which of course is the goal. As they're on 14 right now, and I've told you all about the whole story, so I'm not going to go any further into it. So yeah, that's basically what happened and what's going to be happening. Oh yeah, and one more thing too. Tomorrow I'll actually be once again bowling with the next door neighbor just down there's just a few blocks from here. So I'll be going bowling with her, and then we're gonna make a trip to the store to get all the stuff we need to make our dinners and our snacks to hold us over for a few days. And then, like I said, I'll try to see if I can throw a fun night stream in. Otherwise, I'll probably just be busy working on math work and stuff and catch up of these things and everything like that. But yeah, this is another reason why we're going to be discontinuing the National EAS format that I've been discussing. And in fact, I'm actually planning to retire the format officially at the stroke of midnight, New Year's Day, 2026. So yeah, when the year goes to 2026, the National EAS format will be immediately retired. Well, from my channel. But what does this mean for PLD? Well, that'll continue running, but I'll only get local stuff. So only local tests and, well, only local Northeast Illinois alerts, and that's it. I'm not getting anything else. I'm just going to let them handle on their own. Now, give me one moment, please, and then we will turn this thing on and we will start the game. Okay, that's taken care of. Thanks for your patience, folks. Now, let's go ahead and turn this guy on. We will get this thing going. Yeah, it's only a 2-second countdown before it starts loading. So yeah, that was the whole plan I was talking about with the whole upcoming National EAS retirement that I've been proposing all the way since the beginning of the year. Yeah, I don't think it's really worth it to do this whole national thing. I don't think it's really that worth it. So at this point, the final National EAS video that would be going up would again be on December 31st. I'm just going to let this load here. And then once it does fully load, I'll pull up the calendar and show you. I miss that boot sound. I miss it. Oh man. Alright. And now, if I pull the calendar up, and I'll change it to December. Service Pack 3. So the last video that would go up under the national format would be on Wednesday, December 31st, which is New Year's Eve. So this will sort of be a special one too. So this will be like a special way to retire it, because we're going to be doing New Year's Eve and the weeklies together in one massive compilation. So, all the New Year's stuff on Wednesday, the 31st, and the weeklies from Thursday will all come together to form one final, and that will be the final National EAS video that will be made. Because then beginning January 2nd, we will not be doing any more national stuff. We will go all local. But my radio network will still be national. We'll still do the national stuff. However, it's just that I myself will not be getting any more of the national alerts because I find it too time consuming. And I do understand, because I'm getting close to the end of college, and very soon I gotta find some time again to get behind the wheel and hopefully end up getting my license, my driver's license, and then finish college, get a job, and all of that. And then we can sort of begin to wind down the actual Plainfield TV operations, which we are looking to do later in the spring of next year. So right now, the dates I am talking are somewhere like the end of March. So somewhere like the end of March of 26 is what I am looking at currently. So that last weekend in March, that last Saturday in March, that would be March 28th. That is right now when I am looking to retire Plainfield TV completely, as of this current moment. But yeah, as much as I would like to join the call, I do not have too much capable hardware right now, because as you know, my 16th generation computer is not with me. It's the 16 gigabyte of RAM desktop PC, that's at home, and of course I don't have that kind of stuff with me at the moment. I have one that likes to crash a lot. I have one with 8 gigabytes of RAM, 2 of them actually, the HP and that Dell I just showed you. Yeah. So going back to that other Dell, I was thinking of maybe just putting Linux on it by the time I get home, because that doesn't consume too many resources unlike Windows 11. So I'll probably just throw a Linux distro on there, and then that'll be the end of the story. So, but let's hope that will be capable of running any Linux thing. I'll probably just throw Ubuntu on there and be done with it. So that's probably what I'm going to do. Anyway, I do not want to keep you all waiting, and I certainly don't want to keep myself waiting. So we're going to go ahead and start the game. So we're going to go ahead and start the game here. Sorry, that's all the intro. That's all of the intro you're going to get to see. Put it on the usual settings. And now I'll let Vinny the Gooch and Sunny Day take it from here.
That time again. Time for some non-stop baseball fun. I'm Sunny Day, and together with my pal Vinny the Gooch, we'll bring every bit of the action to ya. Today's matchup is between the Super Duper Wombats and the Colorado Rockies. You all seem like a rowdy bunch of fans. I expect to see plenty of waves, signs, and stupid-looking hats out of you people. I think we're all ready to play some baseball.
Well, almost. But I gotta figure out what's going on with this charger first. And the warning light just went out on the HH, meaning that the marine warning has expired. Let's try this. Not seeing any changes. I think this charger's busted. Yeah, we're almost ready. Forget it. Alright, here we go then.
All right, let's play ball. On the mound today is Sally Dobbs. The boss sends batters back to the dugout with the authority of a parent sending a kid to his room without supper. Don't even bother swinging because I'm not going to let you hit it. Alex Gonzalez, the leadoff hitter. And it's time to hop on that merry-go-round for another ride. From the windup, Byers. Swing, 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 the swing, the right. Looks like a lefty with nobody out. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch. A bouncing ball. Gives one to the shortstop. Throws the ball to first. That's it. Out. Chipper Jones at bat. I wonder how you get a name like Chipper. From the windup and the throw. Looped up. Jumps and catches it. That'll send him back to the dugout. Mike Piazza comes to bat. 2 out. From the windup, pitch on the way. And the count is 0-1. She kicks the pitch. A bouncing ball. Lays out. Picks it up. And the throw to first. That throw was, shall we say, a bit miscalculated. Safe. Juan Gonzalez is the batter. Juan Gonzalez is fast as lightning, and he can run too. Runner on first. 2 out. From the windup, throws it. Frozen. Even Cotton. 0-1. The target goes up, and the pitch. That was ball 1. We've got spirit. Yes, we do. We've got spirit. How about you? The stretch. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on. Popped it up. Got it. Oh, they are certainly in this. One left on. Randy Johnson on the rubber.
There's nothing scarier than facing a Randy Johnson fastball. It makes me sweat just thinking about it.
Leading off the inning, Ashley Weber. No out.
I'm gonna snatch the ball out of here.
From the windup, the pitch. The wing. And that's an out. Sally Dobbs steps in. Pam Beck, see a real athlete in action. Here's the motion. Throws it. That was ball one. One out.
Look over here.
The windup cuts to the plate. The wing. It's going to left field. And it's a foul ball. One out. The target goes up. Throws it. The wing. Another strike. Takes the stretch. The 1-2 pitch. The swing. That one left of center. Ball is still in play.
Way to go, man.
Oh, yeah. Let's go purple. Slides in. She's out of there. Next up, Nomar Garcia Parra.
Nomar Garcia Parra can flat out play.
2 outs.
Here I go. Heads up, dude.
Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. He's ready now. And the pitch.
Oh, man, oh,
The
man,
swing. Strike. He's ready now. Pitch on the way. The swing. Strike. And the count is 0-2.
You want a batter, not a broken ladder. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Gangway.
Here's the motion and the pitch.
Batter, not a broken ladder.
Ball 1. 1-2.
Heads up, dude.
Into the motion. The 1-2 pitch. And he was down.
He gives it your best shot, and that's all you can do. How'd that happen?
And that's going to end the inning. John Green comes to the plate. Here's the windup. The pitch. Low ball 1. 1-0.
Try concentrating.
From the windup, throws it.
Just one.
Solid left hook.
In my book, a solid left hook is the mark of a good pitcher.
1-1. The stretch. The 1-1 pitch.
Just one.
Oh, standby. Deep.
Think I felt the wind from that pitch all the way over here.
And the count is 1-2. Here's the windup. Fire. That was ball 2. 2-2. The windup. The 2-2 pitch. A swing. A bouncing ball. Got fire. Throws it over to first. Safe at third. Good. Let's go. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Bernie Steele turned it back. Runner on first. Nobody out. delivers. Ball one, 1-0. He kicks, throws it. That was ball two. Goes for it. Quick toss to third. On to second. Stay on second. Nope, couldn't get that one. Oh, what an upset. Chucks it over. Just got a run.
That could have been epic, but it wasn't.
Oh, no. With nobody out. Ready now. Throws it. That was a ball. And the count is 3-0. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Looped up. Ooh. Ooh. Landing dive. Scooped it up. Rifled it. This one's gonna get over his head.
Good, Jordan. That's good.
Throws it over to third.
You can do it.
That's my sister. All right. Maria Luna up to bat. Have a runner on second. Nobody out. From the windup and the offering. Swing. A bouncing ball.
That's the way.
He gobbled it up. Quick throw to home plate.
There's a pretty play.
Over to third.
Let's go.
That's my sister. Ooh. Randy Johnson is up.
Randy Johnson looks like he ought to be dunking a basketball.
And there are runners at second and third. Nobody out.
Swing, better, you hear?
The target goes up. And the throw.
Guess I should have swung.
Lefty. 0-1. She kicks and delivers. That was ball one. 1-1.
We want a batter, not a bottom ladder. Try concentrating.
Into the motion and the offering. That was ball two. And the count is 2-1. From the windup, the 2-1 pitch. That was ball three. 3-1. The target goes up. 3-1 pitch. Strike two.
Nice pitch.
3-2. From the windup, the 3-2 pitch. Swing. Another one down. That's what you get for trying to be a hot shot. Penny Fraser steps in, ready for action.
Because her parents taught her peaceful values. Annie's not a very competitive player.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. A bouncing ball. It's a little trickler to the pitcher. The throw to third. Second out.
I don't think she meant to do that. At least I hope not.
Fires across to first. Tosses it home. Slings it to third. Out. And it's a double play. That'll bring our team up to bat. Check out the instant replay.
Good job. You can do it.
Two left on. There he's on to pass.
This one's gone. You watch.
The stretch and the throw.
they didn't swing at that.
with nobody out.
Oh, oh, oh.
Woo! The target goes up. Here's the pitch.
Easy out. We want a picture, not
That was ball one, and the count is 1-1.
Easy out.
From the windup, the delivery.
Oh, oh, oh.
Swung on. A bouncing ball.
Venezuela.
He's out. Lisa Crumpler, ready for the pitch.
Mad Dog has a powerful swing, but not much accuracy.
1 out. Give me something I can hit.
This is comedy.
Here's the windup, the pitch. Strike one. 0-1.
Easy out. Hey.
From the stretch, and the offering.
Want a picture, not a picture. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man.
Strike. 0-2. The windup. Here's the pitch.
Easy out.
That was a ball. 1-2. He's ready now, and the pitch. Swing. And that's strike 3. He goes down on strike.
That pitcher is merciless.
Oh, great. That's just what I wanted to happen. Kimmy Edson steps in. Watch out. Here comes trouble. Into the windup. And the offering. Low ball 1. Into the motion and the delivery. Strike!
What is she waiting for?
Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man.
Heads up, dude.
Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man.
The target goes up. The pitch.
Yo!
And the count is 1-2. From the windup, the 1-2 pitch. That was a ball. 2-2. From the stretch, here's the pitch. The swing. She gave it a try, but came up short.
Deep breath. Calm down, Kimmy. Next time, show them.
And that'll close up the second. The Rockies are losing. Alex Gonzalez at the plate.
This kid can play baseball. Nobody's business but me.
She's set. And the throw. Low ball 1.
Straight for the shins.
1-0. She kicks. And the delivery. Swing. And a foul ball. 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. That was a ball. And the count is 2-1. From the windup, the delivery. Swinging. A right hook boat.
Slip sliding right hook. What a beauty.
From the windup, here's the pitch. Swinging. Strike. She got another one.
Those two have come up against one another many times, and it's always a fierce fight.
Gotcha. Chipper Jones at bat. windup. She delivers.
What are you doing? Sliding slide.
Ball 1, 1-0.
What are you doing? Sliding slide. Miss it. Hey, better.
Here's the motion and the pitch.
Hey, better.
Hanging. A bouncing ball. Gives one to the shortstop. Throws it over the first. Got it out. Mike Piazza comes to bat.
You know, Mike Piazza really likes the heavy metal music. Me, I prefer the polka.
2 outs.
Look, Granny's won. One, harder than your sweet little
She kicks. Here's the pitch. Low ball 1, 1-0.
You swing like an old lady in a
She's set. And the throw.
We got spirit. Yes, we do. You got spirit.
That was ball 2.
Little dolly store.
Weak.
Missed it. Now you got it.
She is ready and delivers.
Whoa, hey dude!
And it was the Heat.
Hey, batter. Wing.
She is ready. The delivery.
Hey, batter.
Low and inside. 3-1.
You swing like an old lady in a pretty
From the stretch. 3-1 pitch. And there's ball 2. Gives up a base. Juan Gonzalez is the batter.
Juan Gonzalez likes to hit the ball hard. I don't think the fielders like to catch his line drive. Ouch.
Nomar Garcia Parra has taken his warm-up tosses and is ready to go.
You swing like an old lady in a pretty little dolly
From the
store.
stretch, the pitch.
We want a batter, not a broken ladder.
That was ball 1.
It's been too long since that ump had his eyes checked.
Runner on first. 2 outs. Here's the motion and the offering.
Frozen.
That was an unbelievable slow-mo, folks.
Contrary to popular belief, this pitch takes a great amount of skill. The pitcher must have an outstanding control of the ball to pull it off.
1-1. He's set. The 1-1 pitch. Strike.
Shoulda swung.
Looks like a lefty.
That pitch is a tough one for a batter to get anything off of.
Hey, batter.
The stretch. The 1-2 pitch.
What are you doing?
Swing. A bouncing ball.
Let's go.
Easy play for him. Safe. Johnson comes to the plate. Here's the motion. Cuts to the plate. A swing. Foul ball. Runners on first and second. 2 outs.
Winning isn't everything, you know. Hey, batter, swing,
The target goes up. Here's the pitch.
Hey, batter.
Swinging. Looks like a lefty. And the count is 0-2.
We want a batter, not a broken ladder.
Ready now. Pitch on the way. That was ball 1. 1-2.
Swing, batter, swing, batter. Missed it, now you gotta keep
The stretch and the pitch.
swing like an old lady.
The swing. The right. Say goodbye to another hitter.
Thank you for playing. Stick around for years to try an air freshener. Next contestant. See ya. We want to be ya. Bye-bye.
2 left on. So the Rockies are losing. Okay, let's bring up Mark.
He's a pretty good hitter, but he's not the fastest runner out there.
He isn't it, 'cause this one here's going plumb out of here.
The target goes up and the pitch.
Batter, not a broken ladder. Oh, man.
1-0. Ready now and delivered. Strike one.
Looked like a good pitch to me.
Over here, man. He's ready now. He throws it. A swing. A long fly.
He left his autograph on that one.
And that's an out. Carlos Beltran is up. 1 out.
You better not walk me.
He comes center and delivers. That was a ball. 1-0. Swing! Into the motion. Pitch on the way. Swing. Strike one. 1-1.
Don't trip on the grass on your way out, Ace.
He sets the 1-1 pitch. Swung on. Guide to the left. Slides into second. Lands on second. And that's a double. Let's see that one more time. Ronnie Dog steps in, ready for action. They have a runner on second. 1 out. I'm going to hit this one 200 gazillion miles. The windup throws it. The swing. An undergrounder. My, oh my.
All I can say is I can dig it, baby. Oh, yeah.
Oops, that's not graceful. Gets it off the wall. Flies into home plate. Oh, wait, the first one today.
I remember once, back when I was a little kid, I saw this team, the Fightin' Wildebeest they were called. These kids went a whole season without ever once scoring. They were the worst players in the history of the game.
Flies into second, and he's out. Here comes Ashley Weber. 2 out.
I'm going to toss the ball out of here. Easy out.
The stretch and the pitch.
Do you want a picture? Not a bad picture. Oh, man, oh, man, oh,
The
man.
swing. Strike.
Swung too late.
Yo, look over here.
Into the motion and the throw. The swing. Strike. And the count is 0-2.
Hey, man. This is comedy. Keep your eye on the ball, okay?
The target goes up. The pitch.
Heads up, dude.
A swing. Strike. She gave it a try, but came up short. That'll end the inning. The Rockies have played to a tie. I hope you're having as much fun as we are, because this sure has been an exciting game. Bernie Seals turn it back. From the windup, throws it.
Swing, bitter, bitter.
The wing. A bouncing ball. And she grabs it. She fires it to first. That'll send him back to the dugout. Maria Luna up to bat.
Maria loves Pete. And when it's her team called up, she's a terror out there.
Into the windup. Pitch on the way. Swing. Foul.
Hey, better, better, better. Hey, batter. Miss it, miss it,
The
batter.
stretch. Throws it.
We've got spirit. Yes, we do.
Walk on.
How about you?
A long fly. Running over.
Ooh.
And it's a snow cone catch. She's out.
Andy Johnson's up.
2 out. motion, cuts to the plate. A swing. Sliced it. And the count is 1-2. He winds the delivery. Another one down.
That's a one-way ticket back to the dugout.
See ya. We wanna be ya. Bye-bye now.
It's all tied up at 1. I hope you're having as much fun as we are because this sure has been an exciting game. Sally Dobbs steps in.
This mother's ready to show us what she's made of.
Sam Beck, the real athlete in action. He's ready now. The delivery. Guys, left.
Get on your horse.
And that's an out. Next up, Nomar Garcia Parra with 1 out.
Here I go.
He winds and delivers. Strike 1. From the windup and the offering. Swing. Strike.
Swung early.
Target goes up and the offering.
Heads up, dude.
He gave it his best shot.
How'd that happen?
Barry Bonds attacks.
I think this young hitter can get the job done.
Kiss this one goodbye.
Into the windup. The delivery. Swing. He bunts it. Good job. Takes the ball to first. Leaps across it. Ready for the pitch. Run on first. 2 out. Here goes nothing. The stretch and the offering. This is comedy. Ball 1. Into the motion, throws it. The swing. An unforgettable undergrounder.
It's like you gotta have ESP to know where that thing's gonna pop up.
And he advances 2 bases on a ground rule double. She lays the double. Timmy steps in.
Timmy's known for his sweet tooth. Yes, sir, she loves those candy bars.
And there are runners at second and third. 2 out.
Watch out, here comes trouble.
The stretch. He throws it. That was a ball. 1-0. The windup and the throw. That was a ball. And the count is 2-0.
Yo, look over here.
Ready now, and the throw. A swing. An undergrounder. My, oh my.
All I can say is I can dig it, baby. Oh, yeah.
Ball is still in play. They got another one.
Vinny the Gooch loving that.
Wide to the second. She's out of there. They got another one.
Yeah, now that's what I'm talking about.
And the fourth
thin in the Major League Walkie Stadium that almost any fly ball you hit travels out of the park. Even I could hit a home run there.
Eddie Fraser steps in, ready for action. Nobody out. The stretch, the delivery. Strike! Into the motion and the delivery. And the count is 0-2.
We've got spirit. Yes, we do. We've got spirit. How about
The stretch and the offering. Swung on. A bouncing ball. Pitcher makes the catch. Chucks it to first. That's it for her. Alex Gonzalez at the plate. The stretch. He throws it. That was ball one. 1 out.
we want a batter, not a broken ladder. At least you're trying.
Into the motion. Fire. Swing. Strike one. And it was the Heat.
That was a show-me heater for the breaker coming next. I bet you a soda.
Takes the stretch. The 1-1 pitch. Strike.
Turn on the heat and smoke that batter.
Even hot one.
Think I felt the wind from that pitch all the way over here.
And the count is 1-2. He comes center and delivers. A swing, and that's strike three. Got him. Strike out.
Follow the hostess. Your table is waiting.
Is that the first time you got struck out by a shortstop?
Huh? Chipper Jones at bat.
We want a batter.
He's ready now. Pitch on the way. Flying outside.
He painted the corner with that one.
And the count is 1-0. He winds, and the offering. Swinging. Hit hard.
That's my sister.
Ball is still in play. Fires it over. That one's going way over his head. Mike Piazza comes to bat.
This kid's looking to make a name for himself.
Runner on first, 2 out. From the stretch and the delivery. The swing. Chopper to third. And he goes after it. Here's the throw to second.
Come on, you guys.
Juan Gonzalez is the batter. The stretch, the pitch. Strike one.
Shoulda swung.
Slow left hook.
That pitch is a tough one for a batter to get anything off of.
Runners on first and second, 2 out. Ready now and delivers. Swung on. That one left the center, running up to it, and he dives. Picks it up, the throw. Right to home plate. That's one. Brings it to third. That's it. Out. They are turned away. Bad play again. Two left on. The Rockies are out in front. Up by 1. Okay, that'll bring up Bart.
He's a pretty good hitter, but he's not the fastest runner out there.
With nobody out.
I'm gonna clever this
throw. Swinging. Strike. 1-1.
Easy out.
The target goes up. The 1-1 pitch. That was a ball. And the count is 2-1.
Don't trip on the grass on your way out, eh?
From the windup and the throw. Swing.
Oh, Bert near got that one.
2-2. Here's the motion. Throws it. Swing. And popped up. And it's an out. Carlos Beltran is up. 1 out.
You better not walk me.
The stretch. Cuts to the plate. Ball 1. 1-0.
Look over here.
From the stretch. Cuts to the plate. Swinging. Strike 1. And the count is 1-1. He's ready now. The 1-1 pitch. Strike. And the count is 1-2.
Yo, look over here.
From the windup, fires. That was a ball. Here's the motion. The 2-2 pitch. Strike. He gave it his best shot.
Can't win 'em all.
Why didn't I swing?
Ronnie Dog steps in, ready for action.
Neener, you can't strike me out.
From the windup, the pitch.
Easy out. Don't trip on the grass on your way out, eh?
Low and inside. And the count is 1-0. From the windup and delivered. Swinging. Hit. Right field.
Come on, guys. Over here.
I gotta see that one again.
Oh, no.
Here comes Ashley Weber.
I'm gonna crush this one.
Swing. He winds. He throws it. Swing. Strike 1.
Heads up, dude.
You want a picture, not a picture. Hey, that's comedy. Hey,
He's ready now. Throws it.
Ooh.
The swing. A bouncing ball.
That's a slow roller.
He's out of there.
That kid was out by a mile.
Pardon me.
Heads up, dude.
Oh, man.
That's the end of the 5th. 1 left on. The Rockies are ahead here, up by 1. Sean Green comes to the plate.
Hit for power and steal ya. Bunch of waste.
No out. strike, and the count is 0-2.
Hey, batter, batter, batter.
The target goes up and delivered. That was ball 1.
Watch out!
Try concentrating.
Look, Granny's one's blind, harder than you sleep.
From the windup, the 1-2 pitch. Ball 2, 2-2.
Just hang in there. Missed it, now you gotta kiss it.
Into the windup, the 2-2 pitch.
Swing, swing, swing.
Say goodbye to a nice hitter.
Yo, gonna be ya.
Bernie Steele to turn it back. The target goes up and the throw. Swinging. A bouncing ball. And she grabs it. She fires it to first. That's it. Out. Maria Luna up to bat.
Maria can throw the ball really hard. Unfortunately, never where she wants to.
2 out.
Swing, bitter, bitter.
Hitting isn't everything, you know.
Into the motion. Throws it. Ball 1. 1-0.
Just hang in there.
Try concentrating.
You swing like an old
Here's the motion and the pitch.
Hitting isn't everything, you know.
Strike! Oh no! That was a left hook.
That pitch is a tough one for a batter to get anything off of.
And the count is 1-1.
Swing, batter.
Weak. The windup. Cuts to the plate.
At least you're trying.
Swung on. A long one and he's on the run.
Wow.
Yes. Lays out. Not in time.
Wait, wait,
Here's a throw to third.
That play was less than memorable.
Oh, no.
Randy Johnson.
Randy Johnson could throw the heat, but a power hitter he is.
They have a runner on second. 2 out.
What are you doing? Letting fly.
Here's the windup and delivered.
Nice pitch.
Turned on their knee.
That was a show-me heater for the breaker coming next. I bet you a soda.
He comes center. He throws it. Swing. Strike. Low left hook.
In my book, a solid left hook is the mark of a good pitcher.
And the count is 0-2. Takes the stretch. Pitch on the way. Low ball 1.
Swing, bitter, bitter.
Swing, batter, batter. Swing, swing, swing. What?
He winds and the pitch. Strike. And he has fanned the batter.
Those are hosted. Your table is waiting. Hey, yo, gonna be ya.
Left one on second. The Rockies are out in front. Sally Dobbs steps in.
Lots of time on the toilet. And the kid's crying. I'm gonna get home run this time.
From the windup, fires. High inside. He comes center, and the pitch. And popped up. And she's safe.
Way to go.
Next up, Nomar Garcia.
Nomar Garciaparra can flat out play. Okay, now, watch this.
Into the motion and the throw.
Look over here.
have a runner on second, no out.
Hey, man.
The target goes up, pitch on the way.
Easy out. Can't wait.
A swing, strike two.
What? Swing that ball better.
Swing!
Hey, man.
Into the motion, the delivery.
Swing now.
Swing! A bouncing ball.
Gotta watch your kneecaps on those taters.
William, look at that.
Yay! He flies, and the runner is safe. Very gone, pass. Runners at the corners, nobody out.
This one's gone. You watch.
That ball better. Swing, batter. Over here,
He
man.
comes center, throws it.
Swing now.
Swing! A little doinker.
Oh, the sacrifice bunt.
Let's go, team!
Let's go, Purple.
Hey, over here! Release the crusher, ready for the pitch.
That kid's waving the bat around like it was a toothpick.
Here goes nothing.
Yo, look over here.
He winds, heads to the plate. That was ball one. The bases are loaded, no out. Ready now, and the offering. A swing, strike one. Here's the motion, the 1-1 pitch.
Heads up, dude.
Another strike. And the count is 1-2.
Don't trip on the grass on your way out.
Oh.
Easy out.
He's ready now. He throws it.
You want batter, not a broken ladder.
Swing. Strike three. She goes down on strike.
You give it your best shot, and that's all you can do.
Way to go, Babe Ruth. Jimmy Exton steps in. This one's going a mile.
Yo.
Takes the stretch. Pitch on the way. Swing. Watch your ears. It's a screaming line drive.
You would scream too if you hit that.
Score.
Yeah, now that's what I'm talking about.
He scores.
Yeah, now that's what I'm talking about.
He scores. Check out the instant replay. And it goes out of play. Runners take one base. Okay, that'll bring up Marky and Roy. Have a runner on second, one out.
Damn it, 'cause this one here's going plumb out of here.
You want a batter, not a broken
Ready now, and the throw.
Swing now.
Ball one, 1-0. Sean Green on the mound.
He's gonna let him know who's boss.
Hey, swing.
From the windup, he throws it.
Over here, man.
A swing. Hit to right field.
Get on your hook.
Over here, man.
Gets it off the wall.
You can do it. Go get him,
Yo,
man.
look over here.
Man is out. Carlos Beltran is up. Runner on third, 2 out.
Adios, amigo.
Into the windup and the pitch. Strike one.
The batter's gotta pull the trigger on those.
0-1.
Over here, man.
Here's the motion and the delivery. Swinging. Strike.
Yeah.
We want a batter, not a broken ladder.
Heads up,
He's set.
dude.
Here's the pitch. down the middle.
Think I felt the wind from that pitch all the way over here.
The windup, the delivery. That was ball one.
Hey, batter, batter, batter. We've got spirit. Yes, we do. We've got spirit. How about you?
Into the motion, the 1-2 pitch. Swinging. Looped up.
Ooh.
Jumps up. Flag. He's out. Alex Gonzalez at the plate.
Hitting the first seems to be an awful job for this young hitter.
1 out.
Hey, batter, batter.
Here's the windup. Here's the pitch.
Spirit. Yes, we do.
A swing. Strike one.
Swing, batter, batter, you hear?
We've got spirit. Yes, we do. We've got spirit. How about you?
From the windup and delivers. That was ball one. 1-1. He's ready now. Here's the pitch. Strike.
I was frozen.
Swing. The windup. The 1-2 pitch.
Sliding slide. Hey, batter,
That was ball two. 2-2. Swing.
What are you doing? Sliding slide. Missed it.
He's set. He throws it. That was ball three.
Just felt like an old lady in a pretty little valley store.
Hey, batter, batter, batter.
Swing becomes center. He throws it. And another batter goes down.
Follow the hostess. Your table is waiting.
See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Bye-bye now.
Chipper Jones at bat.
Chipper Jones is real solid with the bat and the glove.
The windup throws it. A swing. What? Slide. 0-1.
Hey, batter. Sliding slide. Hey, batter.
He's ready now. And a delivery. A swing. Sliced it. The windup. The delivery.
Missed it. We want a batter.
That was ball one. 1-2.
Hey, batter, batter. We've got spirit. Yes, we do. We've got spirit. How about you? Swing, batter.
He's ready now. The pitch. That was ball two.
Hey, batter, batter, batter. We've got spirit. Yes, we do. We've got spirit. How about you? Batter, batter.
Here's the windup. Throws it. A swing. Chopper to third. Lays out. She chokes. And the throw to first. Safe. Here's the throw to second. Oh no, missed it.
Tell me that didn't just happen.
Way to go, kid.
You can do it.
Mike Piazza comes to bat.
Just hang in there. We want a batter, not a rotten
The windup. Here's the pitch. The swing. A bouncing ball. Hit a little nubber to the mound. Chucked to the first. Way over his head. Ball's out of play. All runners advance. They scored a run.
Oh no.
Juan Gonzalez is the batter. They have a runner on second. 2 out.
Winning isn't everything, you know.
Ready now and delivered.
We want a batter.
The
Not a
wing.
broken ladder.
Foul. And the count is 0-1. Takes the stretch and delivers. The swing. A long drive on the run. And he dives. Not gonna make it. Straight to third. Quick throw to second. That's it. Out. All right. It's our turn now. Check out the instant replay.
Way to go, kid.
One left on. The Rockies are ahead here, up by 3.
Those kooky kids are really showing them who's boss.
Ronnie Dobb steps in, ready for action.
This young batter eats left hooks for breakfast.
I'm going to hit this one 200 gazillion miles.
From the windup, cuts to the plate. High ball 1.
Hey, batter.
He's ready now. The pitch.
Heads up, dude.
Ball 2. He winds, and the offering. That was a ball. No out. Into the windup. He throws it. Swinging.
You know, you can throw your back out swinging like that.
3-1. Takes the stretch. 3-1 pitch. Swung on. And the count is 3-2.
Hey, man. Easy out.
Into the motion. The 3-2 pitch. Swing. A blooper in foul territory.
Don't trip on the grass on your way out, eh?
Swing. Takes the stretch. The pitch. A swing. Fouled one back. 3-2.
Yeah.
Hey, batter. Swing, batter. Swing, batter. Swing, batter.
The windup. A 3-2 pitch. Ball 4. And that's the walk.
That's working for us.
Here comes Ashley Webber.
Still hitless and trying to do something about it.
Runner on first with nobody out.
I'm going to smash the ball out of here.
Look over here.
Swing now.
From the windup, the pitch.
Hey, batter.
0-1.
Swing. Swing now.
The target goes up, and the delivery.
Swing, batter.
That was ball 1.
Hey, batter.
This is comedy.
Takes the stretch, the pitch.
We want a batter, not a broken ladder.
Ball 2. And the count is 2-1.
Swing now.
From the windup, and the delivery. Swung on. Strike.
Anytime you get that second strike on you, it gets pretty tough to fight back.
2-2. Into the motion, throws it. Swing. Strike 3. That's it for this kid.
You can't get 'em every time.
Nellie Dobbs steps in.
I'm gonna get a home run this time.
Here's the windup. Cuts to the plate. Swing. A bouncing ball.
Send 'em screaming.
And he's out.
Look over here.
Right. Let's go. Over here.
Next up, Nomar Garcia Park.
Nomar's a good young player who's got some speed and can hit. Okay, now, watch this.
Yo.
The stretch. He throws it. That was a ball. Runner on first. 2 out. The target goes up. And the offering.
Heads up,
That was
dude.
ball 2. Tries to steal. Goes for the slide. Decision. And the runner is safe.
Heads up, dude.
Easy out. Hey.
Heads up,
He's set. And the offering. Swinging. Strike.
Not even close to that one.
They have a runner on second. 2 out.
Hey,
The target goes up. The 2-1 pitch. Swinging.
What?
2 and 2. Here's the windup. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on. Foul. 2 and 2.
Hey, over here.
The target goes up. And the offering.
Look over here.
Swing. And that's strike 3. He goes down on strike.
Can't win 'em all.
I can't believe it.
And that'll close out the 7. Left one on second. The Rockies are dominating today. Up by 3.
These players ate their high-fiber cereal this morning, that's for sure.
Sean Green comes to the plate.
Sean Green's the real deal, folks. The real deal.
Ready now. And the delivery. Strike 1.
Nice pitch. Real nice pitch.
0 and 1.
We want a batter, not a broken ladder.
Into the windup. And the delivery. Swung on. Strike. Lefty.
Don't try this at home, kids.
And the count is 0 and 2.
Batter.
Into the windup. The delivery. And he has slammed the batter.
Follow the hostess. Your table is waiting.
Is that the first time you got struck out by a shortstop?
Huh? Bernie Fields turn it back.
Trying to get something for the team.
Here's the motion. Throws it. Swing. Gave him a hot one.
Man, that was so fast. You could barely see it.
Here's the motion. The pitch. The swing. Foul ball. 0 and 2.
We've got spirit. Yes, we do. We've got spirit. How about you?
Here's the windup. Fire.
Hey, batter.
High ball 1.
He painted the corner with that one.
And the count is 1 and 2.
We want a batter.
Ready now. The 1-2 pitch. Swing. A bouncing ball. She's all over it. Tosses it over to first.
Neat.
Out. Maria Luna up the bat.
Maria can throw the ball really hard. Unfortunately, never where she wants to.
Hey, batter.
He winds and the pitch. That was a ball. 2 out. Here's the motion and the throw. Strike 1. Lifter the left up. And the count is 1 and 1. He's ready now. The 1-1 pitch. Swing.
Now's a good time to use a breaking ball.
Got her with the feet.
It was in there.
And the count is 1 and 2.
Hey, batter.
From the windup, he throws it. A swing, and that's strike 3. Struck her out.
Is that the first time you got struck out by a shortstop? Huh?
The Rockies are ahead here. Up by 3. Barry Bonds attacks.
Trying to get something for the team. This one's gone. You watch.
From the windup and delivered.
Not a broken ladder.
Hey, man.
Strike 1.
Looked like a good pitch to me.
And the count is 0 and 1.
Easy out.
He winds and the throw. A swing Target goes up. Throws it. The swing. A bouncing ball.
That little blooper sent him running.
It's safe. Lisa Crockett, ready for the pitch. Runner on first with nobody out.
Give me something I can hit.
Look over here.
Hey, man.
This is comedy. Takes the stretch. Throws it. That was a ball.
Just a bit outside.
There he goes. And the slide.
Gave it the old college try. Pretty impressive for a second grader. Good pitch to go on.
Safe. They have a runner on second with nobody out.
Hey, swing, swing, swing,
He winds and the throw. The swing. Strike one.
That's what I call a whiff.
1-1.
Hey, swing,
Here's the windup. The 1-1 pitch.
hey,
Looked like a good pitch to me.
1-2. He's ready now and delivers. Swung on, then no.
That pitcher's merciless.
Oh, great. That's just what I wanted to happen.
Kimmy Eckman steps in.
This kid's gotta be pretty nervous out there.
This one's going a mile.
hey,
Here's the windup. Fire.
Middleman.
Swinging. Strike.
Swung early.
Hey, man.
He's ready now. Pitch on the way. High and outside. 1-1.
Hey, man.
He comes center. Fire.
Over here, man.
Ball 2.
Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man.
heads up, dude.
Takes the stretch and the offering. Ball 3. 3-1.
Man, oh, man, oh, man. Hey, over here.
Yo,
From the windup, the 3-1 pitch. Swing! Swinging. A blooper in foul territory.
Hey.
Randy Johnson on the rubber.
There's nothing scarier than facing a Randy Johnson fastball. It makes me sweat just thinking about it.
Into the windup. The pitch.
Hey.
A swing. Struck out.
You can't get 'em every time.
Darn, darn, darn it. Okay, that'll bring up Mark.
I'm gonna clever this one like a squirrel in a nuthouse.
Target goes up. Throws it.
Hey, man.
Swung on. A blooper in foul territory. 0-1.
Oh, oh, oh.
The windup. Fire.
Yo, look over here.
Swinging. Foul.
Hey.
Swing. Chipper Jones on the hill.
He's gonna let 'em know who's boss.
Hey, swing.
From the stretch. Throws it. Swing. Right 3. That's it for this kid.
Can't win 'em all.
I ain't winning fair.
That'll end the inning. Left one on second. The Rockies are dominating today. Up by 3. Andy Johnson is up. Into the windup. Throws it. Swing. Strike.
Guess I should have swung.
Fire. What a pitch, folks.
You talk about your great balls of fire. That's the real thing, baby.
And the count is 0-1. the windup. Here's the pitch. That was ball one, and the count is 1-1.
We want a batter, not a broken batter.
Into the motion, the 1-1 pitch. That was a ball, and the count is 2-1. The target goes up, throws it. A bouncing ball. Straight to short, throws it over to first. That one's going way over his head. Oh no, missed it.
Tell me that didn't just happen. There are moments of glory, and then there are moments like this.
Penny Fraser steps in, ready for action.
Annie has fantastic hitting accuracy, but doesn't get much power behind the hit.
Runner on first, nobody out. The target goes up, and the delivery. Strike one. And it was the heat. It was in there. 0-1. He's ready now. Pitch on the way. That's the ball. And the count is 1-1. Sally Dobbs up on the mound and ready for action.
She's looking to show these batters a thing or two.
Into the windup. The 1-1 pitch. That was ball two. 2-1. From the windup and the pitch. Swung on. Strike.
That's working for us.
Into the motion and the pitch. Swing. Strike three. Say goodbye to a moment.
All those are hostess. Your table is waiting.
Alex Gonzalez at the plate.
In the future batter war, this kid is losing.
Into the motion and the pitch. The swing. He bunts it. Down the middle. Tosses it over to second. That's it. Out. Chipper Jones at bat. Runner on first. 2 out. From the windup, throws it. That's the ball. 1-0. The stretch, fire. Strike.
Strike? You call that a strike?
From the windup, throws it. A swing. That one left the center, running up to it, and makes the catch against the wall. That'll send him back to the coach. And that'll do it for them this inning. Check out the instant replay. Yes! The Rockies win! 6-3.
What an outstanding game this has been. A victory these kids won't soon forget. They played hard and got what they deserved.
Until next time, this is Sunny Day and Vinny the Gooch signing off.
Looks like the game finished. And the battery and the device is still on. So wow, it made great use of that battery. And I'm proud of it. Alright, so let's go ahead and end this now. And get it back onto the... Alright, so... Now, I'm still playing catch up right now. I'm halfway through that list of things. Hopefully I can make it all the way to the end by the time I'm done tonight. Oh, yep, there's that light up lamp. And then there's that alley I took that picture of and made my new background. I still love how the way that, I still like the way that turned out. I still like the way that turned out after seeing it now for about a month, which is just amazing. And yeah, I saw the station kept crashing, so I had to make more adjustments so that way the station would remain reliable. Now I have less monitors in there this time. Only NWR is on here this time around, and I will make additional changes later tonight. And what was part of the plan? 14.1 through 3. So I'm doing one of module 14 right now, one chapter of that, and then I will do the other half of it tomorrow, so then I won't have to worry about any additional math work for the remainder of this week. So then I can finish the rest of it on Tuesday, after we retake that module 13 thing. And then I can do 2 lessons over the course of the next several days after that, leading up to the module 14 study plan. And then I can take the module assessment on the Tuesday the 1st, and then leading up to module 15, and then 16, and then that would be the last one. So yeah, I'm already yeah, I mean, these 8 weeks go by fast, and I have done very well at, planning, sort of all these chapters and everything. So I'm just about done with 14.1. I'm gonna do 14.2, and then, so yeah, I'm gonna, as I said, finish up 14.1 and start 14.2, get that done, and then when that's done, that's it. I'll be done. I'll do some more stuff with module 13 as I've been asked to do, and then that will be as far as I'll go tonight. Now, I've already ended the weather scan thing before I even started the stream. So let's see how Without the Ice Cast does, and I probably just might need to reduce the monitors for the time being. But as of right now, there are 2 possible scenarios regarding the future of WPLD away from home. And I was thinking about it earlier. The first scenario is, as I was discussing, I will be wiping Windows 11 off of this PC because I don't know if I've heard anything about Microsoft blocking security updates for unsupported devices. Although unsupported Windows 11 machines are still getting security updates as of right now, I have a feeling that when 25H2 is released, they're going to stop that entirely. So there were a lot of things that they had said. They said there was going to be a watermark for those PCs that are running unsupported hardware. That I have not seen, and they have not blocked the security updates either. So, because yeah, right now it says that if you do install Windows 11 on unsupported hardware, you're not guaranteed security updates. But as of right now, it seems like the security updates are running, so it is good. So now I'm going to consider wiping Windows off of this PC entirely, and I'm going to instead put Linux on it. Or I could just wipe Windows 11 and put Windows 10 on it. Well, you know what? I might as well just go straight to Linux, because Windows 10 is only going to get, it's only going to get like 4 more updates before Microsoft ends it, and then no more updates after that. So I think it's probably my best bet to just go ahead and put Linux on there. I don't know if Dell released any Linux drivers for it, but I'm sure the Linux distribution will have the proper drivers for that hardware. Right now, in terms of Linux distros, I'm thinking about doing Ubuntu, because that's literally what this Linux terminal is based out of. It's literally based on Ubuntu. So I'm probably just going to install the desktop version of Ubuntu. And if I do that, it'll still get security updates for many, many more years to come. So I'll just install Ubuntu 24. I'm sure I'll just download an official ISO of Ubuntu off of its website. I should be able to. I'll just download an ISO of it, burn it up to a USB drive, probably the Windows 10 USB. After I deal with I'll deal with that after I deal with the Optiplex. So with that USB, I'll write the information for the Optiplex recovery, and then when the Optiplex is fully restored, I will then write the Ubuntu image and then throw it onto that Inspiron. And then then I got to go through the process of retransferring all of the information and everything. In fact, there isn't really going to be too much information to restore, because I believe broadcast using this tool will also work on Linux, and there is a Linux version of VLC Player. So I think in this particular case, the transition to Linux on this thing won't be that bad. So, and also I don't need to go through the subsystem and everything, because there's already a Linux terminal there. So all I can just do is just carry over the Asmara files, and if I need to reinstall any components, I will just go through the GitHub page and just reinstall all the essential components, and then it will be all ready to go after that. So we'll give that a try, see how it goes, because that's what I'm thinking right now. But first I want to deal with getting the Optiplex into service, because now I'm saying I want to get to it. So, well, now with it, here's my new plan. Here's my new plan with the Optiplex. Yeah, and I just want to talk a little bit before we go. And that time is not correct. The actual time right now is 7:58. No, not 6. 58:10. That is the actual correct time. In fact, it won't even matter. It's not even going to matter what the actual current time is now, because this thing is never going to connect to the internet again, because Windows XP is so vulnerable. It's like a huge hole of Swiss cheese that Microsoft will never fill in. So, because I mean, this thing hasn't received any security updates for like 10 years. Yeah, for over a decade, it has not received any more security updates. Well, actually, if you count the POS Ready, that would be 6 years. So it'd be 6 years, including POS Ready 2009, which was the last version based on XP. So, I gotta say, I'm just glad I found out about this POS Ready thing, and I wanted to try it, and I was impressed by the results. This thing, the POS Ready thing, was never tried. I mean, I just installed the final security updates for XP along with the emergency patches that Microsoft released before they cut off the SHA-1 signing, or the SHA-1 servers or something like that. Well, what they did was they just upgraded the Windows Update servers or distribution links to SHA-2. So that means Windows Update on older operating systems, including this one, XP 2000, Vista, and 7, will no longer work with updates by default. You'll just have to install the SHA-2 update package, and then it will pull down all of the updates that Microsoft are still hosting for those old operating systems. As yeah, and I wanted to mention that also because I found a video, I believe it was a new one by Brightech that he made, regarding the if it is safe to download Windows ISOs from a third-party source. The actual answer is no, because I go through, as I said, I go through legitimate sources. The Internet Archive has a lot of those disks, but still I shouldn't say they're trustworthy because I don't know what the creator of those disks may have injected. They may have injected their own set of programs, they may have modified it, could be malware on it. So that's something I needed to be aware of when it comes to recovery disks. Well, including CDs for older versions of Windows. That's why when I rewrite my Windows 10 and only now my Windows 11 USB, I only pull down the official disk from Microsoft. I go through Microsoft's official download page for Windows, and that's how I get my ISO files, and that's how I write them to the USBs and everything to be installed on the machines that I have. So as for my Dell, my old Dell, it'll get updates for another year, so I could just use 20. So that Inspiron is on 23H2, and if I put it on 24H2, it's going to end up, well, I'm going to lose the license code because it won't detect it. So yeah, Linux is definitely the route that it will be going, and it will be going on Linux, and it will be on Linux going forward, which I'm sure will be the case for millions of PCs that don't meet the minimum requirements for Windows 11. Yeah, the Optiplex pretty much scrapped my plan for the ThinkPad and the Vostro. The Vostro as of yesterday is now no longer in my possession. The ProBook and the Latitude have all been sent back to the school and now are in the pickup pile. And since it was pouring yesterday, I'm pretty sure that wet the power cord, so I'm sure they're most likely going to be ending up dead anyway, so they won't even get a single breath of life again. Yeah. I tried the best I could with those PCs, but oh well. I did what I could, but I enjoyed seeing those in my possession, so. But, of course, all good things have to come to an end, and this is one of those times. But at least I enjoyed my time with those PCs. Although it wasn't much, though. So, anyway. Oh, yeah, and one more thing. While I was working on the math things and the catch-up game, which I'm going to get back to in a bit after we end this here, which we will very shortly, if you remember, before we signed off last night, saw Yalik wanted, I tried to see if Yalik was available, and of course he was already fast asleep by then. And when I woke up this morning to play the morning round of catch-up, I saw he never replied, "Hey, you called me at 2 in the morning. I was fast asleep." No, but instead he about half an hour ago, he just wrote me a long message about how he was at work and that his bicycle wheel windmill thing put lots of measurements on his little speedometers, physical analog speedometers, and all of that. Yeah, you can see my logger is still going nuts. Hopefully it'll remain alive. What we got here? Yeah, this is the only kind of macaroni we have. We are looking to have some macaroni this week. Is what's left of the Chips Ahoy cookies. I think there's a few oatmeal cookies in here too. What's this one? I can't tell. Let's see. The graham crackers were bagged up. Thank goodness, because well, I don't want to go through that story. And yet, normally there would be a 991 here and the 996 together, but here it's just the 996. So, and yeah, this is Thursday and there's nothing good on TV in my realm. And yeah, that's really about it. And then here's the Farmer John popcorn she got me. The extra butter flavor. That's the brand I like when I'm here. Yeah, this is where we're gonna make the macaroni. Planning on doing so tomorrow when I go bowling. All right. So as we get ready to end this, let's talk about how this week is gonna go. So I've already talked about tonight. Tomorrow, as I've talked about at the beginning of the stream, I'll be bowling. I'll be bowling with the neighbor just down the road, just down the street, I should say, or down the block, whatever. So that's going to be exciting. And then I'll see if we can throw in a fun night try to see if we can throw in a Friday fun night show. But it will most likely be in a smaller format. You know, you're not going to see, you know, the random character extravaganza, you know, where I call all those random characters. But you know what? I'm glad we did it on Saturday. I'm glad we did that on Friday instead of a, you know, just a standard game, because I thought just doing a standard game was going to be pretty boring. So I thought I'd make it more fun than to make it more fun to just do. Actually, forget it. I'll just press the power button when we're done. So yeah. Of course, I have a playlist of every random character extravaganza we've done, so you could go back on those and, you know, get your dose of that again and whatnot. I actually might make individual videos and release them on my channel too, if you want me to do that. Saturday, we'll try to fit in a fun night show. We will be going out to lunch in the afternoon. Sunday, we will try to do one. Maybe, oh yeah, we will do one, of course. And then Monday, we are hoping to come on at 4 p.m. at its usual time when we do our Minecraft show, because that's when I will be heading home. And of course, we're going to do some errands after that, so that may hinder our Minecraft time a little. Oh yeah, and the catch-up game too. So that may hinder our Minecraft show a little bit. So just like earlier this week and Roblox, just like those, when we finish the catch-up game, that is when we will start the Minecraft thing. That's when we'll start the Minecraft thing. Then also some other news, too. So now, as for Downers Grove, in addition to not getting an episode on the week of the 23rd and 27th, no, the 23rd and 25th, you will also not be getting a Downers Grove episode on the 30th. And that's because my mother's going in for some kind of surgery of some sort, which requires my father to be beside her as well. So unfortunately, they will not be able to take me, so they're going to call me off of work that day. So that would mean, at this point then, the Downers Grove Royal Fanning series will return on July 2nd. So you will get episode 5 of Downers Grove on July 2nd. So July 2nd is another episode of Downers Grove. And then you'll get another one on Monday the 7th and then the 9th. And then you'll get another one on the 14th and 16th, which will bring the episode count for the season up to 9. And I believe the 21st and 23rd, we're supposed to get 2 more. So that will be then, episode will then be 11, the total count. But then there will not be Downers Grove episodes at all on the 28th and 30th, because that will be our summer trip, from what I've been told. And that will go through August, as far as I know. So then after that, the 4th and the 6th would be the next episodes, and then the 11th and 13th would then be the last ones. Would then be the final ones before the school year begins. And then we go back to our normal schedule with all of our shows and, everything like that. And then Downers Grove is capped off for the year, as I've said. So anyway, yeah, that's what the future of Downers Grove holds. So with that said, that is going to end this stream here tonight. So thank you all for spending some of your evening with us. And so we will be back tomorrow when we do our Saturday games. Or Friday games, I mean. This is Friday. What the hell? We're going to do Sorry and Sorry Strategy. And then Saturday we'll do Way Sorry and Way Sorry Strategy. And of course, I will take care of the county requests before I go to before I head off to lunch. I'll try to do it beforehand. If not, I'll do it after. And then, of course, I'll take care of the Street View video after that. I have yet to look at the polls, but of course, I'll tell you about it on Saturday when I see the final results. So, with that said, I think that's it. Let's go ahead and turn this thing off. Did I not hit it hard enough? I did. There we go. Alright, and with that said, thank you for joining us tonight. And we will see you tomorrow for all of our fun stuff. And we'll leave you with this thing shutting off. So we'll see you tomorrow for all of for the Sorry game. Until then, we hope you have a good rest of your evening. And again, I'll be back with you tomorrow.